Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm back. My name's Harry James. So this time we'll do West Virginia. We'll preview them. Coming up next, Boomer Sooner 1982 will spend the next couple of minutes talking about the Mountaineers of West Virginia. Boomer Sooner 1982, don't go away! Boomer Sooner, everybody. My name's Harry James. Coach Blake, rest in peace, bud. You're going to be missed on this earth. Taken far too soon, at the age of 59, I do believe. Sooner fans may remember him as a player and a coach. The coach, I'm going to give him kind of a pass on that because he did kind of replace a one-year blunder. And the Sooners tried to go out and make a big time get for their 100th anniversary of OU football. They did make a big time get, but it would have been a big time get 20 years ago in 88 or 85, shortly or whenever Switzer would have retired. That's when it would have been a big time catch. 10 years later, it's not such a big time play. In fact, he retired. Howard retired just a year into that contract, and they brought in John Blake. Of course, Howard that 1 year destroyed the entire program, and all the stats and everything went all down the tubes thanks to that man. So Blake, you're in heaven now, bud, watching down, and you'll be watching this game from heaven, Coach. That's the West Virginia Mountaineers. They play their home games at Milan Pescar Stadium out in Morgantown, West Virginia. 5-7 for the Mountaineers last season. 3-6 in Big 12 play. They finished in 7th place, tied with TCU, the Horned Frogs of TCU, by the way. Their bowl win or their best win last year, no bowl win for them with only 5 wins, but they did beat Kansas State, the same team that beat us in Oklahoma, beat them in Manhattan, 24-20. Under the leadership of Neil Brown. That's who the leader is on the sidelines as far as the coach is concerned. What about the players? Well, what about this? Austin Kendall. You guys remember him? Played at Oklahoma? That's right. Austin Kendall is the quarterback. Last season passed for 1,989 yards in the air. 12 touchdowns. 10 interceptions last season. His longest pass was from 83 yards out. And averaged about 221.0 yards in the air per ball game last season for West Virginia, playing in 9 games. The leading rusher for West Virginia, there's 2 of them actually. We'll start with Letty Brown, 15 Letty Brown. 107 carries after the day was all said and done for him last season, to go with 367 yards on the ground and a touchdown. Longest run was from 30 yards out. Averaged 30.4 yards per ball game, played in 11 games last season. Skip to the second and go to the third leading rusher. That's who returns, and then you get to our guy, Austin Kendall, the former Sooner. 45 carries last season, 91 yards and a touchdown. Longest run was from 14 yards out. Averaged about 10.1 yards per carry in 9 games. So, but Austin, not known as the runner, Rowan was more of a passer, as you would think, coming first from the Lincoln offense. And, well, those passes include going to the leading receiver coming back last season is number 13, Sammy Jones. Skip the second and go to the third leading receiver returning for West Virginia, and that's T.J. Simmons. We'll start with 13, Sammy Jones. Finished the season with 69 catches last season. 69, Jerry Ramsey. 69. To go with 677 yards in the air. 2 touchdowns. Longest catch, 51 yards. Averaged about 56.4 yards per ball game in the air. Played in 9 games last season for the Mountain Men. Now, number 3, T.J. Simmons. Number 1, T.J. Simmons. Played in all 10 games last season. At the end of the day, had 35 receptions to go with 445 yards, 4 touchdowns. Longest pass was from 44 yards and averaged about 44.5 yards per ball game last season for the Mountain Men of West Virginia. So that's offense. What about defense? Number 1 and number 2 tacklers coming back for them this season include 29, Sammy Mahone, and 35, Josh Chandler Senderio. Sam Mahone first, 77 tackles last season. A forced fumble, 0 fumbles recovered, and an interception from his safety slot in 12 games. The other safety, Josh Chandler Semedio, 69 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovered, and a pick from his safety spot in 10 games. The specialists last season, 9 games, went to Evan Staley as a kicker. Evan Staley, 11 for 17, that's 64.7 yards per percent accuracy, along with 44 yards on the kick for field goals. Special team punting. So Evan Staley, that's the kicker for West Virginia that's returning. He's a veteran. Not a veteran, though, is these two. It's either going to be punter, by the way, either going to be Linton Bechtel, he wears 98, or 49, Evan Mathis. Both have 0 punts attempted last season, 0.0 on average, 0 long, 0 games. As punter last season. Their coach, Neil Brown, Massachusetts, 2002 grad from UMass. Of course, coaching history, 2015 to 2018, was at Troy with the Trojans. Before going to Morgantown with West Virginia, leaving there in 2019. Now, at Troy and West Virginia had a combined 43-23 record. That is 63.5% accuracy in 63 games. And, 3 of those wins were all bowl wins. 3-0 in the bowl series. 100% 3 bowl games in 3 attempts. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. That will do for the double feature this week. Again, thank you for watching. You can catch this in all my other videos on Twitter at HypeManHarry. Also up on my Facebook account, Harry James Taylor, and on Facebook, Harry James Taylor, Hype Man Harry, there on the Twitter box. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and Boomer Sooner, everybody. I'm out of here. Peace.